Let's go. We have ourselves a qualifying for the Belgian Grand Prix 2024 and I'm here for it. I'm amped. I apologise for being apparently late. Technical issues as per usual. But I digress. How are we keeping chat? I'm here. Like I cannot wait. When it's like this, I mean, it's going to be techie, isn't it? Max Verstappen swims in these very murky, changeable condition waters, doesn't he? So I'd be a fool to back against him at this stage. So too Lewis Hamilton, although he doesn't have a car underneath him. It's going to get techie, I'm telling you. It will get techie for the avoidance of that. But I'm here for it. I think we're here for it. Let's get the show on the road, says Russell B. Let us go. Crapmores, how are you keeping? Remind me why Matt's got a 10 place grid penalty. He took a new power unit. And again, I think he didn't need to take one. But I think Christian Horner said they're looking forward and realising that at some point there might be marginal and power units. So why not take one now? If you're going to need one, don't take one later on in the season where it might get marginal and where the downside ramifications might be more detrimental and consequential. What you want to do is take one now at a track around which it's much easier to overtake, like Spa-Francorchamps. That's why they've taken it now. Strategic call from the Red Bulls, the Bulls that are red, and I don't hate it. Do you know what I mean? What's going on, Hanny? Raymond, I need some music right back. You got the music. I apologise again for being apparently late. I don't like to do that. As we get a cheeky shot of Coco Gauff, one tennis player, advertising Bose. Again, Bose headphones. Lewis Hamilton's brand day. With Sims. I don't hate little Sims, yeah? Don't hate it. Go on then, we're T-minus 24 minutes away from a cheeky qualifying session. I'm here for it. I cannot wait. Quite frankly, thought of you watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. It is going to get techie. What was I watching after? Christian Horner's come out and spoken some stuff, hasn't he? Oh, the humanity. When will the drama cease from existing at the Bulls that are red? Well, they said on Thursday that they had a kumbaya meeting between GP Christian Horner, arbitrator Christian Horner, which is weird. Is that not oxymoronic at this stage? Peacemaker Christian Horner, what? It's bonkers, absolutely bonkers. So too at that meeting was one Dr. Helmut Marku, Red Bull GmbH consultant. Oh, the humanity. And again, it was clear the air talks. Yeah, we went at it hammer and tongues at the Hungarian Grand Prix, didn't we? The communication, of course, they're talking about between GP, the race engineer, and Maximilian Verstappen during that Grand Prix. Matt's lost his mind, didn't he? Mad Max. The calm, cool exterior was no longer effing and blinding, saying he's trying to rescue the strategy, et al. And again, I don't know if that was... I mean, the population are split, aren't they? The F1 community. Some of them are saying, you know, I like it. I love the fact that Max is cut from an old school cloth. Again, reminiscent of Ayrton Senna and Nigel Mansell. Those type of dudes, right? Going to speak his mind over the radio. And Christian Horner's right to a certain extent. Other sports, I mean, if you put a microphone on any footballer's chest and listen to what they say during a 90-minute football match, then you're going to get similar, if not worse, expletives and F-bombs. But yeah, and still they do not, because they know that it would be bad. It would be a bad look. As we're looking at Lance Stroll's car, looks like they've fixed the right wheel back, haven't they? Props to Aston Martin. Oh, 22 minutes, T-minus 22 minutes. It's Lance. Oh my gosh, they had to change the power unit as well. Lance Stroll's going to have to buy his team some drinks, right? Get a repair job that they've done. And look at them still running around trying to get it sorted for the next 22 minutes. They haven't had long. This is why. Go on. Scorched Earth Cameron incoming. Oh yes, those Verstappen parts were amazing. Jos Verstappen part. I cannot see that. What's with this bloody... This Jos Verstappen part was amazing. I don't know what you mean there. Okay, Sid. You have to expound. Okay, Sid. Fill me in, chap. Yeah, I don't want to go too scorched earth too quickly this session. We are T-minus 20 minutes away from Q1. But Lance Stroll, I mean, bloody Nora, can't meet justice. Sometimes she moves very swiftly, right, without compunction. Only the other day was he in the driver's press conference, moving as if he'd won it all. You would think that he was the two-time champion in that team and not Fernando Plan Alonso, man from Oviedo, Asturias. Do you mean? Put some respect on Fernando's name, but no, it's Lance Stroll out here slumped in the... In fact, you know what the joke is? Alonso wouldn't even move like that because he respects himself and the demographic and all related parties too much. Okay, so he's more mature and he's of a greater age than is Fernando Alonso, T-minus 20 minutes to a Q1. But yet and still, Lance, I mean, yeah, what, you can't sit up in the chair? You can't listen to the journos that are asking you questions. That's what you're there to do, fella. Surely, Lance Stroll, you've got to be better than that. If you don't want to be an F1 driver, then don't come to work. Again, I'll never forget one of my best friends telling me, Cameron, if you don't like your job, then just don't bother coming to work, chap. It's that simple. Life is way harder than that. Decisions will get more difficult for you, Lance. You want to go and play tennis, then go and play tennis, chap. If not, then look lively, sir, and pay the sport the respect and the fans that it deserves. Don't go to the press conference and look like you're not one of the luckiest people in the world to be driving F1 cars, an experience that only a handful of people will have in their lives. What do you mean, Lance Stroll? Flotsam and jetsam F1, the incredible sulk move. Matthew Brown, you're far too kind. Max's minimum needs to be P11 to P12 in qualifying with the penalty. Any lower and top three will be a tough ask. So Christian Horner post FP3 said it will be a tough ask irrespective. I mean, he's done brilliant things at this Grand Prix previously, but the extent of their domination, the RB19 last year as versus the RB20 this year, two different entities, right? And so it's going to be tougher. It's going to be much harder, even for him to make top three. It's just going to be techie. Going to be really, really techie. As Martin Brundle talks about his highlights of the season thus far. Carlos Sainz coming back from appendicitis surgery in Australia and nailing himself 25 points. You know what? This is as good a time as ever. Put some respect on Carlos Sainz's name. Grit, resilience, determination, in addition to not insubstantial race IQ, racecraft, foresight, strategy, all of the above. Dude was an absolute different gravy. Naomi cites that her highlight was Lewis Hamilton at Silverstone. Put some respect on Lewis Hamilton's name. Even on this channel, I've been overly critical, sometimes overly critical, sometimes levelled some very worthy criticism at Lewis Hamilton. He's been in a carbon fibre zone courtesy of that dodgy car that he's had to endure for the past, I don't know how long at this stage, 2-3 years. W14 was meant to be, W13 was meant to be revolutionary, and neither of those were anything of the sort. And Lewis Hamilton has endured. He endured Abu Dhabi 21 and everything that came after that. He endured, and yet again he's overcome, right? Props to the chap. Man like Cameron F1 was saying that this dude was over the hill, 39, soon to be 40 years old. Time's only going to get harder when he goes over to Maranello. Red Ferrari, Charles Leclerc, super quick, quickest on the grid, point to point. How's he going to manage that? I mean, there have been detractors, right? There have been. And yet and still, Sir Lewis Hamilton rises like a phoenix from the embers. Silverstone. I don't know. You guys let me know your highlight. I think if we're reviewing, come on, you guys let me know in the chat. Cam drinking a Red Bull. I know it's only right, Leonardo. It's only right, Leonardo. Do you know what I mean? Got to do it at this stage. What are we doing here? Matthew Brown, you're a legend. Well, pace was definitely promising from the RB20, but it needs to correlate to the race in order for me to believe that there has been progress made. Mate, I think they're making progress. What did I write down? I wrote down all their bloody upgrades. Okay, so they've switched back, haven't they? They've got the gun barrels on the back now again that make the car so quick around a track like this. But there was something else that they've done. Let's have a go. Oh, and Checo says that he can win, by the way. You seen this? We'll get to that. So this is what Ted Kravitz says Red Bull have brought new upgrades. They bought a new diffuser, new floor edge, new front wing, new halo bits as well. So that means that they've reverted to the previous setup, the gun barrel or cucumber channels, said Ted Kravitz. And again, that allows them to leverage that god-tier aerodynamic efficiency that so characterises an Adrian Newey design philosophy. But yeah, and still the story of FP1, FP2 was that FP1, Max Verstappen looked quicker, but FP2, both of them went away and did some tinkering. Between FP1 and FP2, Red Bull took away some points of downforce, right, to make themselves quicker doing set to 2, set to 1 and set to 3. Again, medium to high speed stuff. But McLaren went away and they tinkered as well, right? Did their own due diligence and came back stronger than did Red Bull. And that means that Lando Norris was purple. But I think the man to watch out for was Oscar Piastri. Christian Horner echoed those sentiments, saying that he indeed was the benchmark. Ignore Lando Norris turning his engine up to a gazillion. What you want to factor in is Oscar Piastri's lap, bearing in mind that he set that time earlier on in the session, 8 minutes earlier. And 2, he made a mistake at turn 7 of material consequence. All eyes, therefore, during this changeable condition, Q1, Q2 and Q3 session will be on Oscar Piastri. Again, the F1 actuarials who were setting the odds of underweighted one Oscar Piastri, giving him a 20% chance of nailing it on pole. I think he should be higher. Lando Norris is, of course, the favourite. Even Stevens, meaning 50% chance of him putting it on pole. I think you want to tack that down if I were an F1 actuarial / betting man. And I would overweight Oscar Piastri. 19%, no way. Anywhere between 30 and 40 is probably the right number. But I digress. Daddy's money will not get Lance even into quarterfinals, mate. Chiba, lol. Not the Red Bull, mate. When Horner, Sharrison, you're a legend, forgot about Barcelona 08. Fans wearing back up, mate. I have not forgotten about it. We're going to go through Sharrison. The joke is, though, we're going to go through all of the travails that Lewis Hamilton's faced. Thank you so much, Sharrison. You're a legend. But there's been bits and but I mean that's the least of it. If you want to go back to 07, 08, Sharrison, and talk about genuine adversity, look, Lewis, even before he arrived in F1, has faced more adversity than most of these other 19 drivers will ever in their life. Let's be honest. We can talk about it another day when my emotional skin is thicker, more calloused. But if we're going to talk about adversity, then surely you got to talk about Lewis and you got to talk about Silverstone. But again, that car is rubbish, so it might not go well. Lots of Dutches here. Yeah, let's go, Raymond. I'm glad. Listen, let me just say this. Take a pause and take a drink, because I'm grateful to each and every single one of you for being here. All of you who indulge my F1 ramblings and go back and forth, fact check me when I'm wrong and tell me that I'm being nutty. To each and every single one of you, I am grateful ad infinitum as you help. In fact, not help is the wrong terminology. As you build this community that we call Cameron F1 by virtue of the arguments and the modes of discourse, watching along and reacting to the reaction videos, etc., etc. It means a lot. Join the elite peddlers who contribute. Like, again, if you want to join each and every single time, top right there will be a link there. Anybody that joins will get a cheeky newsletter and access to the Discord where we continue these conversations. Oh, the humanity. Looking at Lando Norris's accident in the wet at Spa, I want to say in 2022, right? When Sebastian Vettel told them, retire the session, it's too wet. They did not. They do what the FIA did or have been doing. They were a day late and $1 short with red flag in the session, and they risked one Lando Norris's life, didn't they? In addition to the others. You lot hype Oscar. He's still struggling to beat Lando consistently. Well, go on then, see. Let's dive into this, because I would disagree, you know. I'm not going to get super forensic because my memory doesn't stretch that far. However, if we're looking over the past 5 or 6, you could argue at the very least on a couple of occasions that McLaren, by virtue of their strategy, have almost, not willingly, not deliberately, but almost incidentally sabotaged Oscar Piastri's efforts now. I mean, why didn't they double stack a couple of races ago? Double stack. You can't nail a double stack. Well, we know why. It's a non-rhetorical question, right? Because McLaren aren't operating at that level just yet. They don't have the minerals to be champions. They're not Red Bull, because the difference is they lack the deliberate hours of practice that are needed to become a champion, right? Under pressure, pitting when you've got 1 and 2 is a very, like, double stacking when you've got a 1 and 2 currently in terms of the grid order. It's very different to when you've got double stacking versus, or when you're trying to double stack 2 drivers who are in 8 and 9. The pressures are just vastly different as a proposition. And so McLaren just they've got to get it. They've got to learn and understand it. They've got to get the deliberate hours in, worth of like pressurized deliberate hours of practice. They'll get there. They'll get there. Just need to be battle hardened. I'm a Max fan, but before that, I'm a Cameron fan. Selling Decky, you're a legend. I don't know how people can't be Max fans. I'll be honest. Look, let me not gatekeep. That's very gatekeepy as an opening stanza. I will speak to my subjectivity and Max Verstappen. Listen, anytime, you guys know me in sporting excellence, the dude that jumps in the car, any one of those 20 drivers that can jump in that car and put down an Austrian Grand Prix lap, a pole lap that's 4/10 quicker than the rest, I'm instantly a fan. I don't care what that chap's name is. If it's Max Verstappen, if it's Carlos Sainz Jr., even if it's Nicholas Latifi or Nicola Mazepin, I don't care. Anybody that can do that, automatically I'm a fan of you, right? Because I'm a fan of sporting excellence. And so for you to go and do that, just nail that lap, automatically by extension, by default almost, I've got to be a fan of yours too, because that means that you're doing something different to what anybody else is doing. This is the truth. Checo Perez. Go on, Checo Perez. Christian gives it one of these. Focus, Checo. Flow state, chap. Christian and I are having a nice precursory conversation with a view to get Checo Perez's mind in the game. He's going to have to be good, isn't he, Checo Perez? He's wet, chap. Stay off the curbs then, Checo. Don't make the same mistake that you did at Hungary. When it's wet and changeable conditions, mate, stop being so greedy with the geometric racing line, as we can see the Max Verstappen's jumping up and back and down in the ground. Props. This is a Max Verstappen home Grand Prix, isn't it? The Orange Army are out in force. Orange Army Legion, let's go. Don't hate it. And again, you want to celebrate when these drivers go to their home nations, right? It's a moment. Celebrate it then. F1, the commercial rights holder, show us the crowd reacting to a Maximilian Verstappen pole up so that we can see it and ingest the atmosphere. Do you know what I mean? Oh, the humanity. It's going to take it easy. The ghosts of Ron Dennis haunts their decision-making process. Too stiff. McLaren. They need to be more confident in critical race moments. They will get there, says Electronic Cornbread. And I think that I concur with your overarching sentiment, EC. I think they will get there in the end. But again, it's a gap analysis, right? Andrea Stella being the Pep Guardiola of F1 needs to just understand in crystal clear blue, like, what is it that we need to do to get from here to there? Listen to his Beyond the Grid podcast, and I feel like that dude gets it more than most. He understands it now. He gets it. He's very focused on processes and not on outcomes. And that I think that's the correct verbiage as an F1 pioneer come team principal. You've got to focus on the building blocks, like the important material infrastructural ones, and then the rest the success will roll off the back of that stuff. Again, talk to any serious F1 aficionado or paddock member, and they will tell you a couple of things. There are a couple of truisms of F1. Again, people, low-level decision making. Your success in the sport will be a function of those two things. Your ability to sign really the best. I say really good, but I'm doing F1 a disservice there. The ability to sign the best people and keep them for as long as possible. It's your first thing, right? And then to make good decisions in and amongst all the nonsense, all the pressure, all the chaos that so comes with and characterises what it is to be a Formula One team or driver. Those are the things, the building blocks of success. And McLaren just need the ability to act in a way that's of rational mind in the face of pressure too. Those are your 3 or 4 things that will get you where you need to go. And I've simplified it there, but you understand where I'm going. It's more complicated than that, and you've got to throw in monetization and financial stability, the ultimate capability and competence of your drop. Like, there's other things in there more broadly, but those are the 4 things that you need to nail. And McLaren at the moment, they have like 3 of them, but then one of them, they're just dropping the ball ever so slightly. But Andrea will get them there. If anybody can do it, Andrea Stella will. Tell you what, I've said a gazillion times now that in the trenches, Christian Horner would be the team principal that I would choose. Shortly thereafter, I'm not backing that. I will not walk back that opinion. I think I'm still sticking by it. But shortly thereafter, Andrea Stella, chat T-5 for a cheeky Q1, and I'm here for it. What do you mean? Let's go, Vladias. You're a legend, Vladias. What am I doing? Do you see Cameron with his poor pronunciation? Vladias, you're a legend, sir. What are we doing? EC, where's your walking stick? It's because I haven't got too much hands. Now you got me coughing, EC. So I need this one for the cheeky Red Bull just to keep me awake. And I've got this one for. I tell you what, I'm saying this to Shez. Son's stick. If I don't have this is like Samson's hair for me. Like I'm just infinitely more articulate. My thought processes are just clearer. Everything just becomes, I don't know, everything just crystallizes in clear blue when I've got this in my hand. It's already I can feel like the verb. Just feel like I'm becoming like the F1 oratory Shakespeare of the piece with this in my hand. It's very, very strange. This. The instant that I put it back down, I'm just illiterate Cameron again, plain old Ian. Just don't even know. Can't even conjugate my verbs, you know. But then I pick this up again, and all of a sudden, I just become the Nas of F1. Got the Nas flow, you know. Alan, will F1 have another one that parade? Throw the red, take the money and run. Alan, they better not. I mean, can you imagine all of these people that have turned up and then they don't, not quite consecutive years, but they get 2 non-races in like 5 years' time. That's nonsense. We all need more hair these days. You do, but oh, bloody Nora, EC. We're not even going to have their conversation. You see what's going on with my setup here, mate. Father Time is undefeated, undisputed, some people say. Go on and let me get these. Let's go. Let's get some metrics. And again, this stream is brought to you by the legends over at Multiviewer. Support them because they support us. Go and download. I mean, if you like some metrics and all the information that you can eat to accompany your F1 stuff, then you know what I mean. Let me do one of these quickly so that you guys can't see this. You don't need to see it. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let us go. As Martin Brundle said, it's going to be a tough out. No kidding, Sherlock. You mean? Changeable conditions are harder than wet conditions by themselves, and I think they're still changing. Damp, dry, whatever. The Nas of F1. Nas Flow EC, you know, one of those ones. What's my favourite Nas lyric? But I digress. I can't remember any Nas. Their arms too short to box with God. I don't kill soloists, only kill squads. Fame went to the head, so now it's Nas. Yesterday you begged for a deal. Today you tough guys. But I digress. What are we doing? Chiba. Okay, let's go, boys. Qualifying time. Let's go. We are T-minus 2 minutes away from a cheeky Q1, and I'm here for it. Crap says, who wants to be Checo right now? No chance. What for? AP Racing says, can't wait for qualifying. Are you really AP Racing? Best brake discs and calipers in the game. Don't hate that, AP Racing. If that's you, then do you know what I mean? Don't hate that. All right, let's go. Let's go. Checo out in Q. What a mate. But the problem for Checo, go on, let's talk to it if we're talking Checo. Checo would have been praying to the racing gods overnight. Just no rain, please. All weekend preferably, but definitely not qualifying when we're all trying to push as hard as we can. Shouting, what is Spa without rain? You're too kind, sir. Yet the fans still show up. Shouting, you've got to love that though, right? The dedication of the fans. I've never been to a Grand Prix as it, let alone going and showing in the cold and rain. That's proper die-hard dedication. But again, this is props to the fans in that part of the world, right? They've come out to show up for their guy. As we take a look at the Red Bull car again, gun barrels or cucumber channels back on that whip. Reason why? Well, medium to high speed tracks, right? Accentuates the clean airflow to the rear, to the wing beam. Up. Oscar Piastri. Oh my God! What Haas on unsafe release? What are you? That was pretty dangerous by Haas. No kidding, Sherlock. They just very nearly crashed into Oscar Piastri's car, right? The second Haas. Must have been that must have been Kevin Magnussen from a betting man. 100% K-Mag. But bloody Nora, like, what are we doing? Oscar Piastri just cool as ice. Yeah, well, they risk his life. And Oscar's just like, yeah, well, they risk my life. Who's the first McLaren? Oh, it's Lando. Look at that. So they still favour Lando, don't they? They just want Lando to do well. They're going to learn, though. I think Oscar's going to show them something this session, I'm telling you. What, you think Lando's #1 driver? Go on. Check this out, guys and girls. I think Oscar's got something for Lando Norris as far as fastest lap challenge. Possible that these conditions could go on for the first time that we think Class 2 rain in 8 minutes into the session. Right, that's why everybody's trying to get. So lest we forget, changeable conditions like this. As at 2 minutes past 3, this might be the drop. What's that? Max Verstappen still in the pits. Blimey, that's confidence, eh? I don't think that's the play though. But he's gone out and he's gone to let the rest of them kind of clear the track for him, and he's going to go out and set a lap at the point, hopefully, for Max Verstappen when the track's at its most evolved. Risky though. Supposing the rain starts coming down now, and the track only gets worse. Oh, so they've got him a slot. Max Verstappen. Seeing Max Verstappen coming out onto the track, reminiscent, right, of Schumacher. That very famous picture where Schumacher's going to the grid in America. Oh no, they haven't quite got him a. Okay, so everybody's there's like 2 tiers. Everyone, like half the grid went out first, and now Max has gotten caught up in the midfield section of it. Lando Norris got a nice clear track in front of him. But do you want to be the first one out round here? I don't know. There is always clear track advantage. There is such a thing, right? But around here, you kind of want to be like the second or third, right? So that a Lando can go and kind of clear the track, and then you get a drier one, a track that's more revolved, as we see Zach Brown getting his hand out. Andrea Stella, that's super cool, doesn't he? What's going on, James? Cadillac power unit to Alpine in 2025, potentially. I heard something similar. Hassan, who are we going for pole today? Go on, let's get that out. Morning, Kaori. Soon forward. What's going on? Rain is coming. 8 minutes cheaper. Go on then. Start a poll to decide who is gonna. Oh my God! Look at that rain. Expecting just over 2 minutes time. So again, this leaves Max Verstappen vulnerable, right? Because he won't get round in time. Oh, this is techie. This, ladies and gents, is techie, and I'm here for it. Oh my God, what are they doing? What's Crofty saying? Oh my God, Mercedes are in problems already. No. Sent them out too late. Why do Mercedes like to move like it's still like 2020 and they've got like big car advantage? They really struggle like dropping their intellectual snobbery, don't they? And technical arrogance. They still think it's like 2018 or something, and they've got this big advantage over the rest of the. Get out there, chaps. You know what I mean? Boys and girls from Brackley and Brixworth, move as if you are 4th or 5th quickest, which is the truth. Stop doing this like F1 flotsam and jetsam things if you're still like leader of the pack by like half a second by no grip, says Lewis Hamilton. Look at this. Might look good all weekend. Coyote, really? Really? Have you heard what Lewis Hamilton had to say? What, the car's not where it needs to be? Oh, sorry, Coyote, I misread. I thought you said they did look good. They haven't looked good at all, have they? Flotsam and Jetsam F1, Toto the boy who cried wolf. Lando Norris goes 158.894. Oh, the humanity. Wow. Brundle says 3 seconds faster. And there we go. Who said about Piastri? I've just seen. Oscar Piastri 157.411. What? Go on then, chat. You remind me. No, I don't want to do the patting myself on the back thing. But you remind me what we talked about at the outset in FP3. What were we saying about Oscar Piastri? And how he might have speed in hand. And somebody was like, was it DCO? Who was telling me about Norris? I need to put some respect on his name. Remember we said about Oscar Piastri and that the bookmakers have got it wrong and that this chap is potentially favourite to put it on pole. Look where he is now. 157.411. This is what we're looking to do on this channel. Give out the insight, understand for these issues in real time. Do you know what I mean? Oscar Piastri purple, 157.411. Put some respect on that chap's name as Gasly takes advantage of a rapidly evolving track, 158.1. Currently in your drop zone, Russell, who else is that? Sainz, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, and Checo Perez, of course. Who else? Who else? Who else would you expect as Yuki Tsunoda goes 4th on a 158.593? Oh, the humanity in 2. Hassan, he's feeling good though about the rate. Mate, Oscar Piastri is a demon. An absolute demon. What are we doing? I don't know about Perez qualifying ahead of a McLaren would be huge for UC. I know DCA. You know, also be huge for Oh, there's a Max Verstappen. 156.003. Mate, I think we're going to see something. I can just see what the reaction video is going to look like already. 156.003. Again. Okay, so second. Jeez, Oscar's just gone quicker, yeah, but not that much quicker. Half a second. Here he is. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. Sir Lewis Hamilton drops it on 3rd. Currently in your drop zone, George Russell. Oh, don't speak too soon. 157.988. So here you go. Here's where you'll understand the differential between King George Russell of Kingsley and Norfolk and Sir Lewis Hamilton, yeah? Half a second is the difference. The great ones go great in changeable conditions. Currently in your drop zone, Logan Sargent, Stroll, Bottas. Yeah, Stroll, yeah. Go on then, Lance. Let's see how good you really are, mate. I thought you could go well in the wet. I thought, Lance Stroll, that you were Ayrton Senna if your body language was anything to go off of in that press conference and that you've already won championships. Maybe that's my bad, but I digress. Bottas, Stroll, Zhou Guanyu, Lando Norris, Hulkenberg, all in the drop zone. Lando Norris in the drop zone, courtesy of the rapidity with which this track is evolving. Techie, I thought rain was coming in the next 8 minutes. Well, it's due soon if it's going to come. 10 minutes remaining of this session. Bloody Norris, a sweet spot, right? 156.003 from Max. Alan, what are we doing? Making folks look bad. Jeez. Okay, let's have a look. Your top 5 currently. Verstappen, Gasly, Piastri, Ocon, Hamilton. 0.7 seconds is the difference. There we go. Lando's gone 157. All right then, chaps. You see this? You see what Lando's just done? So the track now, it's not raining yet. So the track now will be a greater stage of evolution than it was when Oscar Piastri did his lap. Yet and still, you remember we talked about this FP3, that Oscar Piastri has time in hand on his teammate. Lando Norris has only just done that time, a 157.3. 3 or 4 minutes ago, Oscar Piastri went 0.3 quicker, meaning, I say all that to say this, Oscar Piastri, between the two McLaren drivers, again, Max Verstappen's going to obliterate all of them for what it's worth, but between the two McLaren drivers, if we're talking about absolute terms pace around Spa-Francorchamps, Oscar Piastri currently has the whip hand, 157.3 from Lando Norris as versus 156.982 from Oscar Piastri, who set that lap a few minutes ago at a stage of lesser track evolution. What are we doing? Lance will cause the red flag. Somebody's going to. Currently in the drop zone. Perez up into 11th. Currently in your drop zone for this Q1 is Stroll, Zhou, Sargent, Tsunoda, Danny Rick. Oh, the humanity is close at the bottom. Still no rain though. You want to get out there and do some laps. The aforementioned, if indeed you will harbour hopes of making it through to Q2, is going to get techie, isn't it? Going to get a bit techie. Boris will bust Oscar. Oh, Lando Norris will bust Oscar. You think so, Hassan? Go on then. Place your bets. All indicate. Look, Oscar's going purple again, by the way, Hassan. Hold on to that, Hassan. We're talking about half an hour, mate. I'm telling you. Oh, I'm not saying that this is definitive. My crystal ball is as murky as the next person's. However, if past this prologue, Checo Perez up into second, 156.6, but again, still 6/10 shy of his teammate at a stage of track evolution much more advanced than when Max Verstappen set his lap. But I digress. Hassan, let's talk. I think, listen, this isn't me predicting. I don't make predictions. Danny Rick, 156.6, critically quicker than Checo Perez. Oh, the humanity. Way to put down a marker, Danny Rick. 156.618. Charles Leclerc goes, wow, that's a lap from Charles Leclerc, but still close, but no cigar, Ray. 156.144 from Charles Leclerc with 7 minutes and 8 seconds left on the clock. Currently your drop zone, Stroll, Zhou Guanyu, Sargent, Hulkenberg, Alex Albon. Oh, the humanity, do me a favour, chat, smash the like. Only 55 of you have done it thus far, and that is a disrespect. Oh, the humanity, it's going to kick off. Where's this rain coming anyway? Stroll last. Oh yeah. Come on, Lance. Like you're supposed to be better than this, chat. Like, what are we doing? I think Norris is low key Republican, mate. I don't even know. I can't judge on political persuasions. I just, you know what I mean. It is what it is. Like, what are we gonna do? Lando Norris told us at 10 past the hour, this is now or never for a new set. I think you should take a new set. What's Lewis saying? Oscar Piastri goes quickest. 155.549. Hassan, mate. Hassan. I'm telling you, I don't think Lando Norris has got that in his luck, I'll be honest. Not today. Not Spa-Francorchamps. Not as versus his teammate. One Oscar Piastri. Oh, the humanity. But then Maximilian Verstappen's just gone purple set to 1. Max isn't having this. You know what, Oscar? I will see you that lap, that 155.549, and I will raise you this one. Max Verstappen saying, no, sir, I am the Reagan Meister. What do you mean? Watch this next one again in a minute. Purple, sector 2. Pretty much guaranteed for Maximilian Verstappen. Green sectors from Carlos Sainz, again, nowhere. Charles Leclerc up into the fray. 2 to 4 of you watching it currently. I'm watching Hassan. I'm telling you. Oh, purple again from Max Verstappen. 52.289. A spiteful Maximilian Verstappen is a very dangerous Max Verstappen. Unbeatable, some may say. Watch this now. Sector 3. I reckon he goes. Is he going to go 154? That's all that you need. That's the question, right? That's the question that we need to ask. Damn, I was looking where Danny Rick was. Couldn't find it because he was on his way to the top. Oscar Piastri currently leading. Provisional pole, if indeed that's the thing, at Q1. But Maximilian Verstappen is about to obliterate that 154. 154.9. Green sector 3. Lewis Hamilton, let's go. 155.6. But again, can't get within 7/10 of that Maximilian Verstappen lap. I need to see the onboard chap. Who better than that dude? That guy, 3 soon to be 4-time champion. 3 soon to be 4-time champion. Than than him to mitigate these circumstances, to navigate his way through the changeable conditions. I mean, come on. Put some respect on his name, Kyle. You're a legend. Absolutely do me a favour and smash the like. Only 71 of you have done it thus far. Max Verstappen has the whip hand, ladies and gents. Is it going to carry on? Is it going to carry on drying out though? Stroll last. He's on a lap now though. 53. He's gone green. Fernando Alonso. Let's go. Let's go, Fernando Alonso. Lance Stroll up into 7th. Well, fair play, Lance. Fair play, Lance. Put some respect on that dude's name. Do you know what I mean? Brand new car. They had to rebuild it. Confidence gone. Momentum struggling. Esteban Ocon up into 5th. Go on then in your drop zone now. No surprises really. Same old, same old. F1 Flotsam and Jetsam being both Williams, both Haas and one Sauber. Sauber of Zhou Guan Yu. Although Lando Norris has just dropped down. Although he's on his green sectors at the moment. Let's compare this lap. Yeah, he's not going to be that quick, is he? Lando on this lap, he'll be top 10. Hassan, all eyes on your boy Lando. He's going to go top 10, maybe top 5, but he's not going to go. He's not pushing. Here we go, top 5. 30.5 last sector. Norris doesn't have the minerals, they're free, but I think not around here though. I mean, he said as much right there. He wasn't feeling it in free practice. Tell you what, 155.8 as plays 155.5 from Oscar. And again, what plays into this, that's not true absolute terms pace, right? Because Lando has set his lap at a time when the track should be more evolved. It should be quicker. The absolute terms difference is more than 0.3 between the McLaren pairing Messrs Norris and Piastri. Whoa, Piastri. What are we doing here? Again, 2 minutes 21 remaining. In your drop zone, the only surprise is one George Russell. He's currently doing yellow sectors. Does that mean, is he on a push lap yet even? George Russell is going to need to be soon, lest he want to call it quits in Q1. George Russell on the radio. Let's have a cheeky listen. George says that he's struggling a little bit with the rears here. King George Russell of Kings Lynn, Norfolk. Don't let David Croft tell you anything different. Up Oscar Piastri. I think George Russell might be out here, you know. Oscar Piastri saying he wants the wing just up a little bit. Add a couple tweaks on that wing. Put some more downforce on there. It's not lost on me that all of the top teams are looking for more downforce, not less, eh? Sector 2 is fundamental. Again, remember this is a Jekyll and Hyde type of track. As Oscar Piastri goes purple, Sector 1. Oh, the humanity. All eyes. Okay, so George is going for it now. 32.3. Bloody Nora. He's nowhere near the top guys though, is he? Hopefully he'll get through. I think he'll be through. I think he'll get through, barring mistakes and accidents. I think he'll be all right. Will King George Russell of Kings Lynn, Norfolk, first of his name. Currently sat in the drop zone 17th alongside Logan Sargent's Williams. 18 Bottas, Zhou Guan Yu, Hulkenberg. K-Mag into 14th though. Bloody Nora. Hulkenberg. What are we doing, Nico? You're going to let K-Mag out-qualify you, chap. What are we doing? Piastri is a quicker driver than Norris, says Johnny. Just needs a little bit more time to cook and work those tyres. 2026, he will walk Lando. You know what I mean? Max Verstappen incident noted. I haven't seen it, Hassan. I don't disagree, Johnny. And I was on the Lando Norris train. Maybe I am... it's that phrase, isn't it? Never sacrifice truth and objectivity at the altar. Up. Is that Charles Leclerc, eh? 155.349. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. George Russell goes up into 3rd. Okay, so track evolution. All of these guys, this is going to change massively as we are 2 seconds, 1 second, end of session. And why this is going to change massively. Anybody that's still going, being K-Mag, Oscar Piastri, 154.8. All right, look, so we've got a battle for the pole being between one Oscar Piastri and Maximilian Verstappen. Some may say that of the other 19 drivers, that there is only one who has, as at July 2024, the minerals to challenge himself, won 3 soon-to-be 4-time champion, Maximilian Verstappen. That chap has a name, and his name is Oscar Jack Piastri. And we've seen it in real time, are we not? Oh, Maximilian Verstappen being impeded by a kick Sauber. Tell you what, Maximilian Verstappen definitely wanted to kick that Sauber out the way, didn't he? Ocon up into 6th. Okay, looks like... Oh, Hulkenberg. I knew Hulkenberg wasn't having that. You think Hulkenberg was having K-Mag out qualify him in these conditions? Behave yourself. Fernando Alonso up into 7th. Bottas up into 8th. Put some respect on his name. Meaning, ladies and gents, that Checo Perez, unless he does something very, very soon, aka on this lap, is he still on the hat lap? Checo Perez is in the drop zone, ladies and gents. Carlos Sainz makes it up into 15th. Oh, the humanity! Has Checo Perez made it through? Checo was on a lap, so he's up into 4th. Fair play, Checo. No pressure, mate. Carlos Sainz might be the biggest loser here, but he's still on a lap, isn't he? Everybody wanted to be last over the line, and quite rightly. So Carlos Sainz up into 5th. Bloody Nora. So we are Flotsam and Jetsam again in the bottom 5. Again, this is one of those ones where you wanted to be last. You wanted to take the checkered flag of the session last, right? So extreme is the rate of evolution of this track. Keeps drying. And as the more it dries, the quicker that it gets. Out in Q1 then. No surprises. Lance Stroll, very lucky boy. Look at that. Lance Stroll through in 15th. Fluke. Can you spell fluke? And fortuitous circumstances, Lance Stroll. Hulkenberg, Kevin Magnussen, Tsunoda, Logan Sargent and Zhou Guanyu are out. Zhou Guanyu keeps making a habit out of being last in Q1, doesn't he? Flotsam and Jetsam F1, eh? Any? What are we doing here? Alex Albon makes it through too. Shout out to the Anglo tie. No spin from Sargent, at least. I'll take it up. Oh, first expletive from one Maximilian Verstappen. Hello, what the fudge? Get out my way. Whoever was in that Sauber, says Maximilian Verstappen. Lewis says to his race engineer, keep letting me know what's going on. Cameron, Lando's out-qualified all his teammates at McLaren. What would happen to his psyche if he starts getting out-qualified by Oscar Piastri on a regular basis? Well, if you listen to Peter Windsor, he said this. Yeah, the tyre wasn't ready. We compromised ourselves too much, says Checo Perez. Again, you've got to bring these tyres to the bear, right? Get them in the optimal temperature window even, but you got to do it with care. Hearts and minds as far as the rubber is concerned. You can't just... Because if you do that, then you ruin them. Graining settings. Christian Horner has talked about this. Owing, not least, to the newly resurfaced area at Spa-Francorchamps as a circuit. Oh, the humanity. Jorbar, you mentioned about this. Listen, bandwidth is currency to these drivers. You want to get the best out of Lando Norris, says Peter D. Windsor, my friend and yours, the goatiest F1, one of the goatiest F1 minds to have ever goated. What you don't do is put in that car alongside him an Oscar Jack Piastri. Because by doing so, you extract Lando Norris from his flow state. He will spend more time worrying about Oscar Piastri looking behind him than he will focusing on the lap in front of him. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a problem for any driver, let alone a young one still in the formative phases of his career like Lando Norris is. Oscar Jack Piastri will give any one of them fits. His pace is too much. Scary even. We'll see it. Hassan, you watching this, Hassan? G's moving silence. I love it, Hassan. Hassan, I think I'm on the board, and I wasn't before, you know. I wasn't on board the Oscar Piastri. I thought he was overhyped, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's bored, he's brilliant, he's going to come to... I thought it was nonsense, hyperbole. Well onto it now. And that doesn't mean to say that Lando 100% won't still out-qualify him. You don't know. A mistake. F1 is decided on fine margins, but I mean, if past is prologue, and if evidence-based assessment is a thing, we are minutes away from a key turn. I'm here for it. I cannot wait. Perez will take pole. Behave yourself, Gabriel. Madeline says no one can cancel Max. Take that, Martin Brundle, mate. Martin Brundle. To be fair to Martin, I don't think anybody's ever spoken out about. Martin respects Max as far as a driver. I don't think he could. I don't think he could not. Because Martin Brundle, I'm not saying he's cut from the same cloth as a Max Verstappen, but he gets it. He understands. When he sees... listen, go back and listen to Jeddah 2021 and the commentary. You can hear... oh my God, Zhou Guan Yu being invented. Zhou Guan Yu, donkey of the day. What's Logan Sargent? Logan Sargent had his lap ruined by Max Verstappen. Congested out there, isn't it? And it's always going to get like that. Oh, it's so close between Lewis, Sargent and Max. Oh, the humanity. You like seeing that? Yuki needs a haircut, mate. Me and him both, Miko. I've got no place talking about. As we see all of them start to line up. Very bold strategy from Red Bull, though. Leaving Max in. Chill out. If the rain comes, it comes. Mate, go out and then get her. Yuki Tsunoda saying that he lost a lot of time, lap time. Oh, Zhou Guan Yu even. Oh, the humanity. Oh, dear. You're right, Vladius. Unacceptable, isn't it? Only 96 likes. Do me a favour. Smash that like. Come on. I just said that Yuki Tsunoda was Ayokomatsu. How very dare you. Cameron F1. Unacceptable, chap. Why would they be talking to Yuki Tsunoda now? Ayokomatsu. Right, let's go. 276 of you watching. And we have ourselves a Q2. 14 minutes on the clock. Let's go. And again, it's drying still, isn't it? What happened to that rain? They said rain, but this is why sometimes you can't pay too much mind to the forecast. Nor can you invest all your eggs in that basket. Sometimes you've got to do like Zach Brown was doing, right? And just put your hand out. What's happening in real time? Super long track. That doesn't mean to say that at point X on the Spa-Francorchamps circuit, it might be bone dry. And then at point Y, I mean, at bloody at Eau Rouge, at the top of it, it might be something completely different as far as the weather and the track temps to at the bottom. Like it's contoured and it's like elevation changes, right? So it's really difficult to read. But nevertheless, sometimes you got to peek your technical head up above the parapet and see what's going on in real time. And again, if you talk to Peter Windsor, he'll tell you about this. Mercedes don't like to do that a lot, do they? They like to just bury their head, get their head in the data, X's and O's. No, man, sometimes you got to look at what's going on. Everybody's gone out. Not yet. Not quite yet. Not everybody. But they will be out soon. Hassan like smash. Yeah, smash that like for me if you could. Every little bit helps. We're not going anywhere. With your help. Together with your help. In perpetuity. I'm going to continue to build this platform. Do you know what I mean? Hassan, come to the US. I'll book you in with my barber. Best cut in the Midwest. Hassan, I've got a decent barber, but what I don't have is time, Hassan, or hair left. You see this? Mate, not a good look at all. Norris Weatherman is not so good. Oh, let's go. 12 minutes remaining of this session. What's George doing? This is going to get techie. Go on then. Which one of these? Hold on. Let me see. 54% of you saying Max is going to nail pole. 23% are saying Oscar. 14% are saying Lando. 10% are saying Lewis. I don't hate it. 185 of you have voted. But only 121 of you, raining a little bit, right, says Max. Very, very fine drizzle, says GP. All right, so we are raining, but it's fine. That will make a difference, though. It starts raining, surely you need to get a lap. You need to front load your lap time then, eh? Raymond. That makes the best drivers. Push, slow, push, pit, and push for Max via the radio. I didn't hear that. So he's doing a couple on. But that's interesting, right? If that's how he's looking to bring in, that's going to take ages. Meanwhile, the track's just going to slow. Brenda talking about the crossover point from Inters to Slicks. Not yet. Not yet. If Max Verstappen is to be believed. All right. Who have we got here? Oh, the drizzle is coming. Bono tells Lewis he looks a bit better on the plan. R1 goes top. Oscar told to warm the front brakes into the final corner to avoid the splits. Esteban Ocon goes purple set to 1, purple set to 3. All right. I think we have ourselves a session. I peeped that too. Tone sounds good between. Okay, so what's happened whilst we've got time? They were come by our talks. There was a peace treaty at Red Bull Thursday. GP Max Verstappen, Christian Horner, Helmut Marko got round the table. I want to say they had dinner together and had this meeting. And again, it was all handbags at dawn has gone away now. They clear the air talks. Max is effing and blinding as per usual, but not in Giampiero Lambiese's direction. And again, Giampiero had enough, right? Photographers caught him doing in Italian, saying, "Oh, like what a day," basically. After his Hungarian Grand Prix call, Lando Norris makes a mug of me and goes quickest. However, let's have a look at this. 51.9, 54.4. Oscar Piastri just gone up. Max Verstappen goes purple, 51.2, set to 2. Oscar Piastri will go close in a minute. Whoa! Oscar Piastri third, 154.7. Not a great lap. Max Verstappen about to go pole though. Provisional, there we go. Oh my God. Oh my God. Max can still sim. He said that nobody can tell me what to do. Just as the same as I wouldn't expect to tell one of my team members what they can and can't do in their personal life. 153.8 from Max. All right, look, I don't understand. Where does he get the time from? And hang on, isn't that McLaren meant to be the quickest car now? You know, many an F1 aficionado has said that the true barometer of that Red Bull performance isn't Max Verstappen, because that chap's an alien in terms of his ability to extract lap time from a car. It's Checo Perez. 154.7 is probably the true pace of that car, you know, in the hands of a normal human being. Oh, the humanity. It's going to be a close one. I don't think it is, Nate. I don't know what makes you say that, Nate. Max Verstappen, only if Max Verstappen drops it off the circuit, or no, you can't. I don't think there's a man on the grid not named Sir Lewis Carl Davidson Hamilton who can beat Max Verstappen around this track in these conditions in equal machinery. Now, I just go out there and say it from that. I just don't think there is. I don't know, even Oscar Piastri and Lando, they've got the car and whatever. And this, it's like his home Grand Prix, isn't it? Like, and it suits him and it's like fluid and oh my gosh. Alex Albon just going very oversteery. Yeah, properly sliding, oversteer settings. Drombos. Push, pull, push is what Oscar Piastri's been told to do. More rain. More rain set to 1, Lando says. George told these conditions are going to sustain as they are. In rain, this becomes all worse. The great equaliser. So dude is by far faster than... Yeah, I don't understand it already. I'm baffled. Look at that. How is he 6/10 down the road? Or 5. This is like Austria Grand Prix quali all over again, isn't it? I don't understand. Max the class. Go on. Let's see how this one plays out. I think it could get very techie. More rain, says Michael. Roxy, Max had a twitch on the curve that lap as... What are we doing, Rexy? Like... What? Why are we watching, chat? Are you not entertained? Like, I just want to see that at this point. I just want to see the onboard lap already. More rain. Let's go, Lewis. Oh no, let's take that. Go on then. Currently in your drop zone, Lance Stroll. Oh, I saw this talk about Lance going really well in the wet. Lance Stroll, Bottas, Leclerc, Gasly, and George Russell. Again, the rain's expected to persist, and that's critical, right? It's not going to get any drier here running. 290 if you're watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smoosh the like. Tomo, swap serving. Stop swerving is the question. Max is a goat's idea of a goat. Let's face it, in Silverstone, Max did not have the fastest car and still almost won. Testament of the stuff that Max is made of. Bloody Nora, Joe. Jeez. Mate, when he's in there, when he's like, spiteful Max is a hard person to beat, I'm telling you. I was always thought, I mean, for a while back there, you remember that it's been 2 years before last race, before Austria. It had been 2 years since Max had gone 2 Grand Prix without winning either one. Oof, George Russell, Drift King, Sucia, best motoring settings. 219 if you're watching, do me a favour and smash a like. Russell Leclerc in danger. 4 minutes remaining. Yeah, Russell and Leclerc are currently in the drop zone. Although George Russell has just gone purple sector 1, which means that there's time in this track. It's not raining that much. If George can do that as at the time of writing, he'll jump up, man. This will put him where? 3rd, 4th, 5th, maybe. 52.0. There we go, 4th. Gasly, yellows. Well, props to George Russell doing that in these conditions, eh? As if somehow the track is just evolving massively. I don't think it is. And yet George Russell still puts that lap down. Props to him. Props to George there. Go on, and all eyes on Sir Lewis. Yellow sector 2 though. 52.044. 52.1. Okay, so he needs something decent. Does Lewis Hamilton here? In sector 3 to go. 5th, boom. Take that from Sir Lewis. What we don't need as a worst case scenario is for that dude to be at risk towards the dying embers of this session. Charles Leclerc goes 3rd. Bloody Nora, nice from Charles. 54.5. Whereas near his next day difference 6. Look at them. It's got Lewis Max 53.8. And then the next best, Lando 54.4. I mean, you know what? The Max. Well, go on then. Let's talk about this. Even if he doesn't continue in this same vein of form, the Max Verstappen the naysayers just need to take 2 seats already, right? What are you talking about? Adversity and all this nonsense. For me, like I said to you, a gazillion occasions, guys, I will say it again. I will reiterate for the avoidance of doubt. When he starts doing this and gapping the rest of the field to the tune of half a second, what the fudge do I care for an expletive on the radio? What's the point? 154.1. Still 3/10, mate. Sector... Oscar Fashti goes fast as purple sector 3. What do I care? Genuinely. How do you even remember what happened last race when you're seeing this? The dude just destroying the rest of the field in ostensibly something that's not the quickest car on the grid. I thought he was a quick car merchant. You can see where we're going with the reaction video after this race, after this session, You know what I mean? Yes, Danny Rick. What's Danny Rick doing? Gapping Checo Perez is what he's doing. 32.3 is what, oh my gosh. 1 minute 40 remaining left. And in the drop zone, you have Checo Perez, Fernando Alonso, Pierre Gasly, Bottas, and Lance Stroll. What's Lance Stroll doing? 296 if you're watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smahoosh the like button because it's going to get techie. I'm telling you, chat. It's going to get techie. I'm already thinking what my post-session reaction is going to look like. And you know what time it is. Going to get techie is what's going to happen here. If past this prologue this session, going to get very techie. Hassan, what we're saying about Lando Norris now? Piastri, I think he's got time in hand, you know. I think he's got at least 2/10 on Lando around there, I'll be honest. Although this one, you've got to factor in the fact that Oscar's set a lap time at a very different time to... Oscar's lap time here, in this instance, is more recent, younger in terms of track evolution than is Lando Norris, is there? Oh, the humanity. Right, let's go. 311 of you watching Kakuna. Do me a favour, smash a like, por favor. Perez, nicely done. Go on then. Let me have a cheeky look at Perez. Go on then, Checo. 155.4. Don't hate that. Again, shy of drive the McLaren boys, but we'll take it. All he needs to do is not crash right. Show well. Go well, mate. Like, do you know what I mean? That's all that you need to do at the moment. Just go well. Keep it out the barrier, Mexican Minister of Defence, please. Again, we know Ocon goes quicker. Without stand to reason, Checo's just doing what he needs to do, mate. Keep it out the barrier. Currently in the drop zone. Oh, no. Oh, no. Both Mercedes boys are there. They're still setting laps. Russell in the drop zone. Hamilton to Alonso, Bottas, and Lance Stroll. Although Lance Stroll's gone green. Hamilton goes purple, sector 2. Let's go, Lewis. Purple. Oh, George Russell. Again, track evolution settings, right? 154.095. How long ago, by the way, did Maximilian Verstappen set that lap? Q, listen, unless that chap makes a mistake in quali 3, it's going to be techie. Purple sector 2 from Charles Leclerc. Going to be a bit techie towards the end there. Go on, Lewis. Lewis currently in the drop zone, but he goes up into second. Let's go! 154.03. All eyes on Charles Leclerc. Who else is in the drop zone? Alonso goes 5th. Where you at, Lance? Go on then, Lance. Come off the man, chap. Let's see what you've got. Still in the drop zone. Gasly, Leclerc at risk, although he's just in a purple sector 2. Sainz in 12th. Oh, Leclerc up to 5th. Danny Rick, Bottas, Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll just does a yellow sector 2 though. Ooh, he's got a minute. It's too good. Bottas goes nowhere, completes his lap, stays in 14th. All eyes on Lance Stroll though. This is the question. Alonso, no, Lance Stroll is out. Adios. Se acabó, Lance. All your team just wasted all of their time rebuilding their car for you to only get to 15th. Your confidence was gone, chap. Where was that swagger from the driver's press conference? All slumped down in your chair like you're the 2-time champion. You're not the 2-time champion. Your teammate is. Look at him in 7th. Look at him. You're talking about you wouldn't give him the place. Listen, mate, that dude's been doing you favours all season long. Ever since Fernando Alonso hit Aston Martin, you've been in apprenticeship settings, Lance Stroll. What now? Okay, you in 15th out in qualifying 2. What are you doing, Lance? It's not good enough. Q2 was very intense this year. Hamilton 2/10 off. Different stage of track evolution, remember though. It's techie. Stroll kicks rocks. That's right, Hassan. And that's all that he deserves with his attitude and his do you know what I mean? What are we doing? Like, chill out, mate. Just relax yourself. You know what I mean? It poses the true barometer of how quick the Red Bull is. How, man, hundreds of millions of dollars in development. How many hundreds of millions of dollars in development is Max Verstappen worth, mate? I don't know. I can't put numbers to that. You're asking very difficult exam questions there, Johnny. Death Reaper. How are people not matching Max's 5-minute-old lap? Death Reaper, this is the point that I'm making. Because this is where Max is. And this is where Lewis is. In the wet. Negligible differences in equal-ish machinery. And here's the rest all the way down here. Do you know what I mean? 335 of you watching concurrently. I'm about to lose my mind here. If Max Verstappen can put like half a second on the rest. Perez P10 saved by the bell. I know. Wow. I've just spotted that. It's a brilliant spot. By 3,000th of a second. Oh my gosh. Alex Albon nearly put pay to him, didn't he? And it would only be fitting if Alex Albon had done that, because he also has fallen foul of the trigger happy merry-go-round that is driver's silly season at the balls that are red. Lance Stroll slumped in his chair as if he's some sort of champion. You mean you're nepotism, baby? Lance Stroll, behave yourself. Let's get it. Let's have it right. 349 if you're watching. Shot no red flags. Me too. Cam drinking Red Bull. Compromise settings. I am indeed compromised, Luke. Like, you know what I mean? I am compromised. But it'll be fitting, Luke, if, as I suspect, Max is about to put down a qualifying lap for the ages and gap the rest of them to the tune of anywhere. You know what? Let's call it. If I was going to put out a poll, but I don't want to jinx it. I think Max, when all is said and done, I think Max might have about 3/10 on the rest. This is his home track, to be fair. Maybe I'm waxing lyrical too much. Just dominant. Primed for speed to overtake during the race, says Kyori. Yeah, well, you'd expect that, eh? And still. So this is sorry, Kyori. This is even more mad. You mean to tell me that Max Verstappen's setup currently is primed for the race and not quali? Mate. And these dudes can't even get near him. He just goes and sets a lap early in the session and just goes and parks up as if he knows that the rest of them can't touch him. MC Hammer. Yeah, let me hear that. I want to hear the... Go on, let me know. I'm not going to jinx it just yet. I want to hear what the Max Verstappen naysayers are going to say after this. Talking about all sorts of adversity and the dude can't drive. I want to hear. I want to hear them. Now that he's got his gum brows back on the cards, you know what I mean? I want to hear them loud this time. Although, put some respect on... You know what? Let me put some respect on my driver's name, Sir Lewis Hamilton. What do you mean? Closest, by the way. Remember when we said Max and Lewis and then the rest? Look at that. Proof positive of that surely is the timing sheet as at the time of writing. What are we doing? Red Bull sets things up for the race. Always, Jay. But that's what I'm saying to you, Jay. The mind boggles that this dude has been so dominant thus far in quali. Such is the gap between him and the rest, eh? Oh, the humanity. I should be talking about quali, like the soft tyres that they've got remaining and all these. But stands to reason, eh? Since it's been wet. Oh my gosh, Checo doesn't have any new intermediates left. Ugh. Oh wow. One set left. Checo's going to be on a scrubbed inters. Oh, Checo. It doesn't matter though, Checo. You're all right. Dude can't lose like a man, says Hassan. All right, Hassan. I get you, Hassan. I see why you'd say that. But I'd tinker with that phrase ever so slightly, Hassan, and say, just can't lose. Show me a good loser, a wise man once said, and I will show you a loser. Pierre Gasly a bit cheesed off that he was out, but again, periodically getting outperformed by his soon-to-depart teammate Pierre Gasly. Imagine Bruno Ferman's gone. They must be looking at the differential between Gasly and Ocon and thinking, why didn't they get rid of Gasly instead of Ocon? What are we doing? Off, Inters again, 3/10 at least. Jay, of course, alluding to the time delta that Verstappen will have on the rest of the field. Hamilton radio. What do you mean, is it good that you're ahead of everyone? Depends on what this rain does. Mate, sometimes you got to go out there and just nail it, eh? Got to nail it. Get a banker lap in. Although, where's Max Verstappen's Red Bull? They're just so calm and confident all of a sudden, aren't they? It's unnerving. Oh, chat. Look at this. Has Max come out? One Red Bull has. Oh, they're all coming out. Because again, time is of... You got to get a banker lap in, haven't you? Bloody no. Go on then. Sweaty palms, anyone? Let's go, Lewis. Sorio says, let us go, Lewis. Go on then, Lewis. All over to you, chap. And breathe. Oh my God. Why am I so nervous? Oh yeah, of course. There's Max still in the garage. I knew that Max was so confident that he wouldn't even. Max ain't even chasing the weather, is he? Doesn't care. This is my home track. Max is saying, "Oh, one of them." These are these the only thing that can screw over Max, if I'm honest. Rain, heavy rain now. It's the only thing that will do over Max Verstappen. Here he is. Look at this. Reminiscent of Schumacher arriving on the grid in Indianapolis. Just moves on his own time. Do you know what I mean? Not racing. No, I'm not racing these boys. These lot can't do what I'm about to do. Max is just, you know what I mean? Come on, Lewis. Let's be having your chap. Drinking Red Bull blasphemy. Eric, I don't know what you want me to do, mate. I think, Eric, it's quite fitting. Let's have another conversation in T-minus 11 minutes. Although Max has only dropped a pole round here in 2021. That's interesting. Last year it was Leclerc, Sainz in 2022. Hamilton 2020. Charles Leclerc, Demon round here in 2019. Max has all home tracks like us, got different reasoning though. P1, says Hassan. LH, I'm not watching, I'm behind. Oh yeah, never take it, but he's first, isn't he? I'm a bit behind. Chat. Oh, purple from Lando. What's he doing there? Why has Lando done 2 purples on his out lap? Does that make sense to you, guys? Why is he going purple on an out lap? Sure, okay, purple in the final sector as you tee up the next lap, but why is Lando's nonsense? Who you got, guys? Who you got? Hassan, I'm kidding. How like Oscar, says Coyote. 32-1. Oh, 32-1 from Lewis. That's green. But Ocon immediately goes quicker. 31.891. Go on then. Max is on one now. Lewis goes purple. 51.5. I need to write these down, don't I? 51.5 from Lewis in sector 2. 32.1. Oh, Russell's in for it though. Well, Russell's had a bad sector 2. Eight minutes remaining of this session. I'm nervous. Hassan says, I still believe Lewis will get P1. Mate, maybe. Oscar Piastri goes purple sector 2. 32.1. 51.5 from Hamilton goes P1. I think he's the first one round, isn't he? Let's see. And the track evolution, George Russell on that lap cannot equal his teammate. Again, this is his conditions, right? Lewis Hamilton is a beast in the wet, one of the quickest that you'll ever see. Oh, look at that. Oscar Piastri does an even better Lewis Hamilton's time. Oh, the humanity. Piastri quicker, says Hassan, but not quicker than Lewis. Go on then. All eyes on Lando's time. 51.6 in sector 2. What's Lando doing? 4th. Taking too much out of those tyres on the preceding out lap, for Pete's sake, Lando. What are you doing? Go on then. All eyes on Mr. Maximilian Verstappen. Not very quick in sector 1, by the way. Sector 2, though. 50.1. Sorry, 50.8. Sector 2. Who is he? From whence did they get Maximilian Verstappen, chat? I don't understand. So currently, top 4, Hamilton on a 154.0. Up, Checo Perez drops it on pole, provisional. But watch this in a second. When you see in about 20 seconds or less, Maximilian Verstappen is about to go pole by about 0.3 of a second. Oh my God! 0.6. 0.6. Maximilian Verstappen provisional pole 153.159. Sector 2 50.8, 2/10 on Checo Perez, set to 3 and an additional 10th. What's he? Who is he? Like how? Mate, there is Max Verstappen is here, and then the rest are here. What are we doing? I'm going to tell me about none of this fast car nonsense neither, because we know that McLaren are fastest. Jeez. From whence did they get him? What planet is he from? All right, over to you, chaps. Go on then. Somebody needs to step up from, like, rise from the embers like a phoenix and challenge this chap. Are you gonna allow this disrespect? Lewis, Oscar, George, Russell, first of his name, Lando, Carlos, Charles. Are you gonna tolerate this disrespect? At the time of writing, check this out. Charles Leclerc on a 154.5 is 1.5 seconds adrift of Maximilian Verstappen's time. 1.5 seconds. Are we watching Maximilian Verstappen here, or is this Senna at Monaco in 88? Like, what are we doing? How has he managed to do that? Like, just behave yourself. Makes no sense. Perez puts it on second. Max can win this race. Jeez, it's not even a game, you know. It is absolutely not even a game. What are we doing here? 3, 4, 6 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. Like, 4 minutes remaining. Oh, that's smart from Ferrari. Bernie Collins said. So the Ferrari boys have done that lap on a set of scrubs, saving their brand new set of inters for when the track should be at its most evolved. I don't hate that. I don't hate sliding, drifting its way onto a pole. Oh, the humanity on a wet track, Jay. At Kyori. Checo remembered he's driving a Red Bull. Behave yourself, Kyori. I mean, he's done all right though. Like, I don't hate that. 6/10 shy of his teammate, which is a chasm. But we'll take that from Checo, formerly known as the Mexican Minister of Defense. All right then. So all eyes. Are they going to go again? They'll have to go again. Again, preempting track evolution et al. It's going to get a bit techy for the rest, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Lando's going for it again. Jarrison, all thanks to the new power. Reminiscent of Brazil 2021, right? Lando going for it. Green set to 32.03, 32.01, 51.5. He's 4/10 down on Max, isn't he? So Lando about to drop into second, methinks. Second or third. Lando carried on going. But again, what does that mean as far as his ability to get into the pits and do another lap? Fourth. Lando Norris again. Quicker than Oscar Piastri, but at a different stage of track evolution. Lando will be happy with that. Over to you, Oscar Jack Piastri. Do you know what I mean? Like, show us who you are now, chap. Oh, the humanity, Piastri yellows. Well, not yet. I'm a bit behind you guys, so you're going to have to wait. This is going to get techie. And breathe. Right. Madeline. He's not bad, is he, Madeline? Oh, my mind's already on the bloody... The review video in a minute, the reaction video to quali. I mean, just need Lewis on PT. That wouldn't be bad, Corey. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that. There might be some screen smashing. Ted Kravitz saying the Ferraris. You're right. So the Ferraris are the all important bits, right? And potentially the only drivers that can get close to Max Verstappen on those brand new Inters. 1 minute 40 remaining. Who's? Nobody on track. Unbelievable. Up, everybody going round again. Everybody trying to get a cheeky toe from Max. Fernando Alonso. Go on then. Oh, the humanity. How do you like your F1 if not for stakes and uncertainty et al? Max is goated in the wet, but this rain hasn't levelled the playing field. Perez in P2 is proof positive of that. Don't disagree, Luke. I don't disagree. And breathe. Bloody Nora. This is bonkers. And you say F1's finished. I mean, how do you not like quali? I think I'm gonna make it my I'm gonna put it on a bucket list to make every single quali set. I just like quali. I think there's something about this, like the shortened I don't know, man. The race is brilliant, of course, but as far as attending one, Charles Leclerc goes green on a 32.040 on his sector 1. Go on then, Charles. Let's have a go, chap. Carlos Sainz, yellow. 32.3 sector 1. Max Verstappen goes green. 31.9. All right. Sainz goes green on sector 1. Sector 2 even 51.619. What are we doing? Green from Charles Leclerc 51.2. Is that going to be enough though? I'm trying to remember I feel like Max on his sector 2 was like a 50 point something, wasn't it? Charles Leclerc could go close here. I don't know about pole, but maybe front row. Go on, Charles. Let's have a word, mate, on those fresh inters. Carlos Sainz goes 30.4. No change. Carlos Sainz will start the Grand Prix from 7th at best. Charles Leclerc goes 53.7. Not bad, but 6/10 away still. Max has gone 50.9. He's just not even fussed, is he? Yellow sector 2 from Max. He doesn't need to do anything else, does he? 53.1. What are we doing? Feels like the track's lost pace, hasn't it? 53.159 from Max. Let's see if he can beat it. Just Max against his bloody self, isn't it? Let's be honest. 53.1 from Max. Max will just want to beat that time just for the joke. He goes purple sector 3, 30.3, but he can't beat that. 53.1. Yeah, the track's devolved, hasn't it? No one's going quickest. Yeah, props to Charles there, because I think the track actually got slower. And again, proof positive of that is the fact that Maximilian Verstappen hasn't gone quicker. Listen to me. Help me understand this, chap, before I run away. Maximilian Verstappen is 6/10 as near as makes no difference, quicker than Charles Leclerc. Help me understand this level of speed. I don't understand. I can't compute it. My noddy F1 brain just doesn't get it. Max Verstappen is pole. Charles Leclerc starts the front row second. Perez, Hamilton, Norris. Norris out-qualifies Oscar. Props, Hassan. What do I know? I'd be keen to see Oscar's lap there. Like, I don't know what he's done, but anyway, sometimes it happens like that. But that's not the story. Russell in 7th. Sainz, Alonso, Esteban Ocon in 10th. What can I say? Oh, yes, another Max the Class. Simply lovely. Outlaw. Firstly, you're far too kind, sir. Secondly, I don't understand. I don't understand. We'll dissect it. I've got to go and do a reaction video. I don't get it. I'm baffled how this dude in a car that's not meant to be the quickest can be 6/10 quicker than the rest. Those other lot should be ashamed of themselves. 6/10 quicker than Tipper. It's a joke, Clinton. So we put that on poll, kind of says, I'm going. Hassan, you got it. You nailed it, mate. But again, I'd love to eat some humble pie, but I'm too busy trying to dissect for this Maximilian Verstappen lap. 6/10 to them. I know it's a long lap, but 6/10. These other 19 are meant to be the best drivers in the world. And Max Verstappen, yet again, makes them look like they're driving a different formula. Of course. Why not? What are we doing here? Flotsam and Jetsam F1, is that the rest of them? It's not an accurate characterization, is it, Cameron? But Max Verstappen, I mean, you'd be forgiven for thinking on the back of Max's performance, 6/10 clear of the rest, that it was that. Oh, the humanity. But I digress. Unbelievable.